Now that we have our 5 W's and our lead paragraph written, we need to move on to the next paragraphs. The next paragraphs are part of our body paragraphs in the body of our article. For this section, we are going to be answering the questions how and why. Okay? So let's take a look at some examples from a real newspaper article. Alright, this is the article that we looked at in the lead paragraph example where the ladies were making the Thanksgiving meals. So if we look down there at the second paragraph where it starts, Good Hope. Good Hope and Zion Lutheran churches have been providing the meals for 17 years to folks who have difficulties getting out and about during the holidays. The meals will be delivered this morning in time for lunch. So, the first question is how. How are they doing this? In this case, it is how long. So, for some of these hows, you're going to be able to add an extra word. How long have they been doing this? For 17 years. How will they be able to do this? By delivering them that day for lunch. And if we go on in the article and continue reading, it says, the churches had 280 orders as of Wednesday morning, but organizers were expected to be close to or slightly above 300 by the end of the day. Okay, so we see in that paragraph, it is answering how many. 280 meals or slightly above 300 by day's end. So, we have the how part of our body paragraphs being answered. How long? For 17 years. How are they going to do this? By delivering them that day for lunch. How many are they delivering? 280 meals or slightly above 300 by day's end. Now we need to answer the question, why? This can be answered by one simple statement in those paragraphs. And why are they doing this? For folks who have difficulties getting out. So those are two short little paragraphs that answer a few hows and a why for the article. Okay? Let's look at another example. This next example will be about the boy who is collecting for the fire victims. And I wanted to show you the headline of this article because it also sort of has a subheadline and it helps us to understand a little bit of what's going on. Birthday wish. Clarion boy comes up with idea to take up collection. Okay, so we know this has to be about his birthday. If we read these paragraphs, we see, in 2013, Gavin and his family had a ringside seat for the Rim fire that devastated more than 257,000 acres. Gavin's father, U.S. Army Sergeant Dustin Denny, was stationed in Sonora, not far from the fire. So, this first set of paragraphs answers a why. Why is he taking up this collection for his birthday? Well, he's taking up this collection for his birthday because he saw the devastation in 2013 when his father was stationed near a fire. Okay? Let's read another couple how and why. This is a very long article, so it has several how and why paragraphs. Yours will not need to have this many. I'm just looking for about 2. Okay, but we're going to look at several examples here. Denny said his son would watch the 50-truck convoys of fire trucks pass by when the firefighters changed shifts. This is another why. Why is he wanting to do this? Because when he was younger, he watched the fire trucks. This one has a very short one-sentence paragraph next to a little bit longer paragraph. It reads, Gavin's birthday was Wednesday. Paradise in Butte County, east of the city of Chico, bore the brunt of the devastation. Paradise, home to 26,000 people, was almost completely destroyed in the recent wildfires. Okay, this answers how he's doing this. Taking donations instead of birthday gifts. We have to read into that a little bit because it doesn't necessarily tell us that, but it is telling us that his birthday was Wednesday. And we can see from the headline that he is taking up collection. It also tells us why. Why is he taking up this collection? Because of the devastation in Paradise. So he has probably seen different photos and heard about this fire, and he wants to do something for the devastation in Paradise. These two how and why paragraphs are actually separated by a quote paragraph. Let's read this section. Gavin's father said Clarion Elementary School Principal Roger Walter heard about the boys' effort and is 100% behind it. Then there's a quote that says, when we heard about what Gavin wanted to do, we wanted to help, Walter said. The school has printed flyers for Gavin to distribute, and there will be a collection point. Items may be deposited at the school from December 3rd through December 12th. This tells us a how. How is Gavin going to take up these collections? Well, he's collecting at school with the support of his principal. Here's another how. Even the U.S. Army has gotten involved. Local Army Reserve vehicles will be at various locations in the community to collect items. This is another. How is he going to collect items? Through the local Army Reserve, who is also helping him. As I said, this is a very long article, but I wanted you to see some of the many hows and whys that were added into this article. Okay, let's get rid of all of these many ones from this long article, and we're going to look at one last one about the dog that is retiring. So let's take a look at that one after we get all of these gone from the fire article. Alright, here there are two articles describing the how and why. It says, Festival Ballet Providence announced this week that its beloved Nutcracker dog is retiring. Okay, and if you remember, the lead article said that he would be leaving the stage. This second paragraph tells us how is he leaving the stage? Through retirement. Okay. The third paragraph there reads, the ballet says Archie achieved stardom in his annual romp across the Providence Performing Arts Center stage and is ready for the next chapter. Here we see, why is he leaving? Because he has achieved stardom and is ready for the next chapter. So this is the how and the why for this short little article about the ballet dog that is retiring. So your assignment number 4 is going to be to come up with your how and whys. You will need to fill in the how and the why gray boxes with some ideas of how and why the event is happening. And then I would like you to use the right side of the paper here to write 1 to 2 paragraphs. Probably you might lean more towards 2 paragraphs if your how and why are very different. So get some ideas down there and then write a couple short paragraphs. Remember, these paragraphs are only ever 1 to 2 sentences long. So get the how and why paper done, and then you can submit that to me.